ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.,
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes,
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
and Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
I got it this morning. It was cold. A little bit later on, not bad. A little sunshine.
What are you talking about? It's cold as hell.
It's starting to warm up, man. It's starting to warm up. Listen, this will be warm compared to what we are.
Don't even go there.
Compared to what we are facing over the weekend. Down in Tampa Town, they're talking about snowflakes, okay?
Gulf effect snow.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about, like, coming off the Gulf
Gulf
of America. Yesterday, the Gulf of America.
Yes.
It's going to come slinging in there from the west, and Tampa hasn't had snow in 50 years. Ozzy pointed this out to us earlier, the 1010 Oz, and I'm like, I'm shocked they actually had it 50 years ago. I don't remember too many events in the state of Florida where snow was falling other than 1990. 89, when I was trying to get back from Gainesville, and cars were sliding all over the road.
I went into the ditch that year.
You did go in the ditch?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Well,
that's
100%.
classic.
I was coming back from my girlfriend's house
Yeah.
to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'd never driven in snow before.
Oh, believe me, it was.
Went right in the ditch, man.
My brother and I, we
Waldo Road.
We were probably violating the speed limit through Lottie at the time, but we did not eat the ditch. And so I do feel for you.
Oh, I ate it.
There was a lot of people that were freaking out.
Are we supposed to get snow here?
I don't think so. I think they were just talking about, as he just said, the Gulf effect.
Because I'm seeing low 24.
Yes. And so I keep checking Nashville just so I can feel a little bit better about how warmer it is here. But right now it's 32 degrees in Nashville, in the 50s here, of course, and it's still getting down into single digits up there, and their freeze is still just hammering away at the son-in-law in my baby Hyla. So
Are we talking about going in the ditch, driving in the snow in Florida?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Hey, did you drive?
I had to leave Miami to go to Pittsburgh to drive in the snow.
Had you ever driven in the snow
Never.
before then?
No.
Because you didn't even have a. This is
No inkling.
It's all foreign.
Yeah, it was all foreign to me.
Little known fact: Big Sur's, when he first went down to the U, did not have a car.
I didn't have a car. Absolutely. I didn't know how to drive until my senior year.
In
Because I had never
Senior year of
No need
college?
for it.
college. I never needed to
no need
drive
for it, yeah.
because we had the Metro Rail, we had the shuttles, and then anytime we went out, the fellas, I just jumped in the car.
Yeah.
So then I said to myself, I'm going pro now. Gotta learn how to drive. So my dad, I swear, I was 20-some years old. My dad is teaching me how to drive.
Now, was it like an automatic?
Yeah, it was all
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, see,
nothing like learning
you
with
got to
the
learn
steering
how
on-
to stick,
well,
man. You got to learn
That's
how to
how
what
I
I'm saying.
learned, like
Yeah,
a real
That's
man.
how I learned, right?
Yeah.
Like a real man.
I mean, automatic, a 6-year-old could learn how to do that.
Well, listen, I waited till I was 21 before I learned how to drive. Then I got my first car.
I do love that though. But when we were back as kids, you had the Chevy Love, the International truck, a cargo van, which
Chevy Love. I gotta look
Chevy
that
Love.
up.
You gotta look it up. Chevy
I
Love,
learned on a Toyota
and then,
Corolla.
and then we had 3 on the column with the old
Love that.
international like box.
I could never
cargo.
figure that out, by the way, on the
Oh, it
column.
was the best.
I could never figure it out.
Yeah, it was the best.
What was it,
And-
like 1 up, 2 down? Or
Well, it just was
One down,
it was
two
just
up?
it was just a quick S, okay? Because you throw the clutch in, you go up, down, up. Okay, so
I still can't figure it out.
you're
I'm looking
basically-
at you right now, and I can't figure it out.
So you're basically going up. Watch this. You're going up, and then you let it drop into that next gear, and then you go up for it to catch.
All right.
And then you get it to fourth, or third. Boom, you just throw it straight down. When you get it to third, you throw it straight down.
Oh.
If you had 3 on the column,
So it's
and
2
you
up, 1
had,
down.
and you had a chick next to you, when you went to that, down into third, you went
chick.
right on her lap.
It's a good move.
It was
That was a good move.
such a
That's
sweet
better
move.
than stopping short.
For
Yeah.
sure. I'm
Because
looking
I had a
at-
friend who had this move like he stopped short.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he braked real quick, and then
Yeah.
he held his arm out in
Yeah.
front of the girl. He stopped short.
Cop the
she's
feel.
she's
Yeah.
coming right into you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Makes
this
sense.
was classy moves, just straight down.
He stopped short.
By the way, I'm looking at the Chevy Love.
Yeah.
It looks like any sort of fender bender or a small accident, you're dead.
Yeah, you got problems.
Well, okay, here's the difference, okay? And this is, people can appreciate this kind of in the age range where they were coming up cruising back in the day. You could work on your own car, okay?
Yeah.
If you needed to change spark plugs, you knew exactly
Change
where
the
they
oil,
were.
yeah, of
You need to
course.
change the oil, anything. Water pump, it didn't matter.
Alternator, anything,
Thermostat,
yes.
boom, you could do it all. Fan belts, radiator, the whole deal. Okay, then
Now
all
you
that,
can't even get to the end.
No, it's like
all
a
that went
bowl
away.
of spaghetti, man.
and
You
so
can't see anything.
that small truck at that time was when gas mileage was through the like sky high. The gas was high. Gas mileage for the big V8s was terrible. And so then out comes these small Chevy Loves and the little Toyotas.
Yeah, it ran from 72 to 82.
Yeah.
The Love.
Because I cranked, we would deliver parts and paint in a nice red Toyota, and I would fly around St. Augustine. And that was
There's
a
no
five.
doubt in my mind you will.
Oh my gosh, I would deliver to the body shops and the auto houses and whatnot.
You worked that engine, didn't you?
Oh my gosh.
So this was
yes.
before the S10.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yes.
S10 came out after
Yes.
that, and we got those as well.
Which is now the what? The Colorado, I guess, is what it is.
Yeah. And it took forever for them to graduate back down and get a smaller version of the Silverado.
The real men have Silverados.
Yeah, exactly. Which is what you cruise around in. And look, listen, real men go wherever they need to go to get a ride. I drove an Opal when I was a kid. Okay.
I got to look that up.
Yeah, you got to look up the Opal. We blew the engine up in the Opal, and we might
You
have
drove an Opal?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here's
What is
another classic story. And look, all right. First off, it is.
Oh, wow. This is like,
It's a ride, man.
it almost looks like a sports car.
Before you go
Oh,
any
it's
further, let me
Like
just say
a very, very poor man's
before you
sports
go
car.
further, let
It's
me
the
just say this.
coolest car
Because I know you're going to have a great story, but let me just say this real quick. The car I drove,
Yeah.
the car I learned to drive on,
Yeah.
was a car that my brother
Uh-huh.
drank too much,
Oh.
hit a concrete telephone pole, and knocked it down.
And he
And
lived
the
to
car,
tell
yes,
the story about
Of course he did. And the car had an indention of the concrete telephone pole.
Yeah. Right.
So
in
you
the
know
middle.
what my dad did? Just pulled it out, replaced the radiator, replaced what he needed to fix in the engine, and away it went.
Gave it
Guess
to
who
you.
drove that thing?
You did.
Me, with no front grill, nothing. It was just down
And
the
you,
road.
You couldn't have been more stoked.
I was
too, right?
fired up,
Yeah,
man.
because you had a ride.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
you had a ride. On that note, it is
Yes.
Thursday. We might as well get it going. We were screaming and yelling back then too. But the Opal was armed with an 8-track player,
Nice.
and it was bolted to whatever you want to call that, right there in the middle of the 2-seater that goes over
Console.
the drive shaft and
Yeah,
all that
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of stuff, whatever you're talking about. Anyway, it was bolted to that. It was not part of the car.
bolted to
Okay.
it.
And we wired it to
How
where
did you
you
guys
could.
jimmy that? How did that even
Oh,
happen?
listen, I grew up, and I don't remember who I told in the building here, but Casey's Glass and the old Auto Electric. That's where I grew up, and I learned from so many blue collar boys, the Alan Sandys and those guys that were building choppers before Orange County Choppers was popular, and then they were building hot rods and all that kind of stuff. And so when I was 16 with that Chevy Love that JJ's looking at, we blew up that engine as well. And
I'm
we-
actually now, I've moved on to the Opal,
to the Opal.
Opal Manta.
Yeah. So we blew the engine up.
Yeah, that was one of the models.
And so
And then
My
the
buddy just
Manta
texted
A.
me and said, "You're not telling the Jaws story, are you?" Because my buddy's called it Jaws. 'cause
yeah,
I had
that's
no
what
front
yours
grill.
was?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the hood was tied down with rope.
Yeah.
And I would go over the causeway to go to work,
Mhm.
right? And it's jumping on it.
Oh,
One
yeah.
time it just flopped right up.
Yeah, I had honestly, I had one of those too. Look, we had many accidents. You weren't responsible for some of them, but
No.
I was. I would drive to St. John's River College, and in Palatka, and I had an S10.
It's a long way.
Yeah, I had an S10 that I took into a ditch. Deer ran in front of me, and I took it into a
Yeah.
ditch. And so anyway, it kind of bent the frame a little bit, and then that hood was busted. And so that's all it would do the whole way. It's just flip and flop and just make all kinds of
I'm questioning that deer story,
racket
by
and
the way.
noise. Yeah. Oh, it happened.
Okay.
It happened.
I think it was more along the lines of a telephone pole. Like
No, no,
yeah,
no.
that
No,
story.
believe me, that would have been bad. Listen, there's countless stories like that between like all of us. My buddy Donald.
When you tell a good deer ran in front story, there's
Yeah.
no evidence. There's no one's ever
Right.
going to question
Yeah.
you. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's like,
It-
yeah.
It happened. It happened. and so honestly, we went through some rides, okay? But there's this one old dude Dwight Ratliff, who was affectionately known as Wine-Headed Norman, W.H. Norman.
Because you have a name for everyone.
Yeah, because he would occasionally consume. And so W.H. Norman, I would stay at night at Casey's Glass, and we had this big area. We were fixing radiators and cooling systems and whatnot in the back, and we rebuilt my engine, and he taught me everything about it. And we rebuilt that bad boy on the strength of his wine. And it wasn't wine.
Was it 2020?
Yeah, it was. No, he was a Seagram's man.
So it wasn't Mad Dog.
No, it was. He was a Seagram's man, but we just came up with W.H. Norman. It just sounded right.
JJ, have you ever heard of Mad Dog 2020?
Of course.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't know.
Legendary in Ocala.
Have you ever drank it?
No,
Of
I
course,
haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Right in Ocala. What am I saying? That's probably the liquor.
It was
of
when I
choice.
was young and we were doing cheap booze
Yeah.
or beer, whatever. I was the Natty Ice, Natty Light guy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, looking back now, what a disgrace. But
Yeah, but it was good stuff.
it was good and cheap.
Yeah, I grew up
Gives you
on
a headache,
Bush.
that'd
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
in the back of your neck. It gave you a headache.
Yeah.
We're talking like 16, 17.
Right.
You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is when you might have been rifling it out of your dad's ice chest. At
May or
that
may
time.
not.
Yeah, may or may not. All right, we got stuff to do. Let's get into it. We got plenty to talk about, but you guys can go down memory lane. We are going to create, after the Super Bowl, a little throwback Thursday on XLP. A little, it's worth it right now with some of these old stories, just for the hell of it. First car you ever drove, okay? 641-1010. First car you ever drove.
I still wish I had my first car.
And just how rickety and rackety it was or whatever, but just give us some good stories. 641-1010. Hit the text line to Signed by Lifetime Enclosures, and you can go down memory lane with a little Throwback Thursday right here on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
The fire which burns inside them. It's essential to understand that battles are won primarily in the hearts of men. And once you have won their hearts, they'll follow you anywhere.
1010 XL.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infinity is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlion. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infinity is inspected, factory-backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship-level service as a brand-new Infinity? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfinity.com or visit Atlantic Infinity off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
Divorce, menonly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to divorcemenonly.com. Divorcemenonly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Catch Decision Day for college sports future stars.
Here's a list of people I've been keeping my eye on.
Next Wednesday,
National Signing Day on 1010XL is covered by
Baker Glass and Flame Broiler on 1010XL.
Parents, now is the time to start signing up your kids for the best all-sports camp in the 904. Tommy Houlihan All-Sports Camp in Jacks Beach. Register before February 2nd and save big. All-sports camps kids K through 6 all day. Extended hours also available. Kids can also register for the Beaches Basketball League, ages 3 years old through 5th grade. Keep your kids active this summer with Tommy Houlihan sports and basketball programs. Online at TommyHoulihanBasketball.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Quality work is sometimes hard to come by these days, and if you want quality and a fence that'll last, make the call to Duval. Duval Fence, that is, a good Jacksonville company with good Jacksonville people committed to quality service. If you need a fence for your home or a business, anything, just call Duval Fence at 260-4747. Give them an idea of what you're looking for, and they'll take care of the rest. Property fence, privacy fence, pool, or pets. Make sure you call Duval Fence today.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time, or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
All right, I gotta sift through some of these, but they're good. Okay, listen, we appreciate it. We were going. This is, you know what this is? Soft introduction of Throwback Thursday on XLP.
Soft launch.
Yeah, just soft launch. We were going to do this after the Super Bowl, but this is beautiful, and so we now have plenty that have come in, and we'll sort through them and just kind of read a few as we go along. But 1987 Ford Aerostar, says one of our nooners.
Wow.
It wasn't exactly a chick magnet in high school. No. The only time it was useful, prom night, 1995. And I'm sure there's a good story that goes behind that one. But you guys can keep it coming with some of those. We have plenty of other ones.
Is that a van?
The Aerostar.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wait till you look it up.
I see it.
I will say
I
this.
remember seeing these around.
Yeah. I in my little Toyota, you know, it was standard.
Yeah.
4 years, obviously. You know, it's on the ground, so it's on the whatever you call it, not the console, whatever covers the.
Yeah.
So I unscrewed the cap and put a beer tap on it.
Oh yes,
So I had the beer tap. As
Who
my
did
shifter.
not have that? We all had them.
Such a cool.
Yeah,
It was so
guy
cool.
move.
It was a Coors Light beer tap. It was so cool.
I'm going to take a picture.
Y'all were all delinquents, bro. All
Yes.
We were Florida Cracker Boys. Yes, we were.
I'm going to take a picture. I had a Bud Light Gator that was the gear. You guys will appreciate
Now,
it.
did any of you guys have dice hanging?
No.
No.
Okay.
But here's the other bad thing.
I may or may not have it. One day.
Yeah,
When
you
I
did?
was really young, like 15 or 16, maybe.
We all had CB radios.
Yes.
So you get the big whip antenna.
So you like talk to each other, or just
I would.
talk
Hey,
to randos?
on that
Randos, too.
car.
I didn't have all that.
I know
on
you
that
didn't.
car, I was working in public, so on that car, I saved up money, and I put this stereo system in there, a Marantz system that was worth 5 times what the car was worth.
Yeah.
It had one of those where you had cassette tapes back then, but it had the automatic find on the cassette tape. All you had to do was push the button; it would automatically go to the next song, which was, my God, that was like
Glorious.
gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're always like, is that it? No, that's I went too far. I gotta
See,
go back.
my generation, I had like the 15-inch subwoofers in the back of like a Toyota Camry.
And you had to have
Blam. I was just like the most annoying kid at the red light next to you ever.
the big one in the
Shaking
back in the
everyone's
trunk, right?
car. Yeah, it was just what a
See, but you and I did our own systems. Like we ran the speaker wire.
I wired everything,
right,
man.
yes.
But we had Marantz.
Oh, I had a buddy that did that for me. I like on that level of buddy just doing it.
Like,
That's
remember
how it went.
because now we used to buy stereos to put in the cars.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
the Blau
dude.
pump?
Yes.
Blau
Yes,
pump?
of course.
And you could Yamaha. You could think of all the ones, and you could go buy your own speakers and wire them up and everything
All
like
the
that.
time, yep.
Black '83 Grand Prix T-top.
Oh, nice.
Says one of our
Nice.
nooners. Coolest 16-year-old driving to Mandarin
Ever, yeah.
High
Yes.
until one rainy afternoon leaving school, you might have found a telephone pole. My gosh, man.
Should we raise
those
the age?
deers, man? It's those deers. That's what
Should we
is.
make it 18 to get a driver's license in this country?
Maybe.
Because I remember in my first couple years driving, I was a hellion.
Right, now that you're 2 decades removed, now you see it.
Oh,
now
it
you're
was
like,
terrible,
there's no way.
dude.
Right.
Learned how to drive in a 79 rusted out Camaro. That's pretty cool. Another one, 73 Mercury Monterey with a 400 Mercury under the hood. I wanted a 340 Duster, but Dad insisted since I was driving to California, the land yacht was a smooth interstate cruiser.
The Mercury Monterey looks like it's out of like a mob movie from the 50s.
Yeah, you could conduct some deals out of that car. And TLD, the lovely Diane, she drove a land yacht, a LeSabre, a Buick LeSabre, which also has.
They were cop cars too.
I don't even know.
Sometimes,
but that
they had some giddy up.
Yeah, but the length of that car, it was 1.5 miles. It like you took up 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the old Pontiac Bonneville.
Yeah, Bonneville, same thing. My mom drove a Bonneville.
This
All
guy
right.
says 1988 Chevy conversion van with captain's chairs, burgundy and pinkish, which, by the way, this was like my family car.
Yeah.
With a 100-tune horn. Friends called it the love cart.
Nice.
There was 0 love in it. Hilarious. Mine was, I had a 1995 GMC Sierra truck.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's a good ride.
Yeah.
That's a good ride. Michael in the middle had a
Linda
Sierra
took
truck.
care of you, by the way.
Well, my grandfather had to die for me to get it, so I guess.
But
She could have kept it for herself.
She could have,
Yeah.
I guess.
Good memory though from
God bless your
from
grandfather.
Pops. Yeah.
Yeah.
92 Civic. Chris drove her from Alabama to San Diego when he was 22, middle of the summer, 2008. No AC, no radio.
Oh my God.
I remember.
No AC in Florida.
Oh, we've been there. I've been there
Should be
recently.
out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
AC? I didn't have AC in my car.
you didn't.
My AC was 4 windows down.
There it is. Here comes
Yeah,
the-
here it comes.
Poor-
Yours was too,
Poor
wasn't
Matt.
it?
Well,
Poor Matt.
I don't remember
Here it
having.
comes.
Your first car, it had AC?
I don't think so. But
Yes.
I don't. I
No,
can't
my
remember.
first car, not only did it not have AC, it didn't actually have it. It's not that it didn't work. It like didn't have it in the car.
Right. It's not.
So what year
It
of
was an
a
old
model
car.
are we talking?
It was a way old car. It was like a
have a-
74, I
They
think.
have like a little fan at the middle.
It was like a 12-year-old car.
Yeah, I don't remember if we had it, but I do remember, like Chris saying right here, no AC, no radio. We drove in a Plymouth Champ, I think is what it was.
A
And it was
Champ?
my
I've never
buddy,
heard of a Plymouth
my
Champ.
buddy Anthony and his wife and their 1-year-old, Leslie. And she was my goddaughter. And we went up there to Linville Falls, North Carolina. It was an 8-hour drive, 511 miles. Linville Falls, 511 miles. And
Dang, in this thing.
no AC.
How big is
Oh my!
And
So
she was-
the Plymouth Champ is actually the Dodge Colt.
Yeah, okay.
No way.
Yes, it is.
So she was
You
1 year
So
old.
think about that.
It was tiny, and she was teething,
Ah.
and she just went bananas. And she's like out there probably right now. Her good husband is one of the Jags main equipment guys.
Nice.
Yeah, and so he's a good dude. But yeah, these
How
are
old
good
was the
memories.
baby?
She was 1.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, and teething, whatever that.
May or may not. Her
Sweating.
mom may or may not have had postpartum and dealing
was-
with
it
you
was
know,
a
all
trip,
other
man.
issues. That must have been nice, Joe.
It was a trip. That's for sure. I don't know how I got. I was in it. I just know that. We got up there. We had a good time. All right. 641-1010. You guys keep it
Let's
coming.
just talk about cars.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got so many texts.
It's so good. So just keep it going because this will be the beginning of
Did
our
no one
Throwback
get a nice
Thursday.
car at all these
No, of course
texts?
not.
I'm like, geez.
Well, one dude
We're
did.
not like, we
Big
don't like
Sur's have a
gift
nice
stuff to
car.
us.
Yeah, big, but he was 21.
His first car was the car you walked by in Pittsburgh and saw
Yeah,
it
exactly.
spinning on the
No. That
saw
was
the Jaguars spinning.
that was the second car. The first car is when it was a 1992 850 BMW.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That is pretty
How'd
nice.
you, so how did that come about?
Well, I mean,
Was that before the draft from your agent?
No, it was before the draft. So there was a card company. I was outside watching spring ball. Card company rose up on me and said, "Hey, Leon, we want to do your cards exclusively." I said, "No problem." Gave me a contract. Gave one of my boys to read it over. When I signed the contract, the guy had the check in his briefcase, and I didn't know how much the car. I didn't. It was no negotiating. He already told me what he was going.
Right.
So when I saw the check, it was a $250,000 check. So I ain't need no money before the draft. So I took the money. I paid off my parents' mortgage.
Good for you, man.
I paid off their mortgage,
That's so
and then I told my parents. I told my mom I was going to buy a car because I had never bought a car before. So my mom and I went to the dealership or whatever. I had cash in my pocket, So the guy said, "Here's $22,000
for a 10-year-old car."
No. It was
at the time.
At the time it was
brand new.
1992.
Oh, I thought you said 82.
No, 1980.
So you've had a brand new car every time you've had a car. Then your first car was a brand new car.
Yeah, it was a brand new car. Yeah.
The second car was the Jag spinning on the
brand new car. Yeah.
And then you went to a truck after that. Though,
yeah, I went to a dually after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he was on 3 national title teams.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Like nowadays, we're giving high school recruits those
Lambos.
cars.
Yeah, Lambos.
Exactly. Lambo cars and stuff like
I
that.
love the fact that you didn't drive. You figured out, all right, I gotta figure out how to drive.
Yeah.
And then your first car was
Beamer.
a $200,000 car.
No, the car was only $22,000. The Beamer.
Brand new.
Brand new. Boy, right
What's in $2025? $50K.
Oh, these prices are
yeah.
They're up there.
Yeah, it was smooth and sneak. I never drove fast, and I'm listening to y'all stories. Y'all were rugged with your cars, fast and speedy, and
we
in the
caused
ditch.
damage. We did. And look,
you say rugged, we say stupid.
He was fog hat, slow ride.
Yeah,
chilling,
yeah.
smooth.
You were slow ride,
laid back, arm in the window.
Yeah,
driving with the right hand, left arm.
No doubt.
I love that.
Diamond in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene with the gangster lead.
Were you waiting for somebody to roll by, come in your way because you had your hand ready just to kind of just that one wave?
Yeah, it was. You got to remember, I was in Miami.
Yeah.
There was a certain protocol when you rolled in Miami, so you had to be smooth with it.
That is true.
Yeah, you can't be in the Opal Manta driving down South Beach.
The Opal.
Cigars back
Opal
then,
guys.
No. I didn't smoke cigars to the end of my career.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This dude drove a VW Bug at Auburn. I used it so little that I could put $1 worth of gas in there and it lasts me a month. That's actually from Amy. I shouldn't say dude. Thank you, Amy, for giving us that. Honestly, you start looking through some of these, okay? 1979 Celica Supra, 82 Z28 with a rocking 145 horsepower 305. I can hear that one right now, rumbling. Lincoln Town Car in 1988, crazy big, says one of our texters.
That thing was giant.
Yeah, a red Chevy Biscayne with 3 on the tree. I love that. I forgot 3 on the tree. That's
Chevy Biscayne?
Yeah, I can't quite picture the Biscayne.
Look that one up.
That was that was early 60s that he had that red Chevy Biscayne. How about the Honeybee? Ooh. How about the Honeybee Datsun 210? Now the Datsun was before the Nissan.
Yeah.
And so in this, I don't know whether it's Clint Eastwood texting in or not, but the one dude says he was driving, his first was a 72 green Ford Torino. Might have been Clint. Gran Torino.
I got it.
86. Thank you, JJ.
They didn't get it, I guess.
All right.
At first I thought it was a Dirty Harry reference,
but 85 to 89, while in college, one of our dudes says he drove a Dodge Dart, a 66 Dodge Dart, also had a 57 white convertible Cadillac.
Nice.
That his brother and he were scared to drive because they didn't want to bang it up. That's a pretty sweet ride right there.
That is.
So
see, like back then, at y'all's age, like when you drove an older car, they were like cooler looking. Now, when I drove an older car, it was like a 93 Honda Civic. It's just that cars are so less cool now.
I'm just telling
you, shame.
The best thing just from that time period is that you could lift the hood, climb into the engine area, and work on your car.
Yeah.
It was just the coolest dang thing. You could do all that. 85 Toyota pickup, 8-inch sub behind the seat, no power steering. How diabolical is that?
Power steering?
Remember, no power
Power
steering.
steering.
Yeah, it did not exist.
No.
All right, we love it. All right, keep them coming. 641-1010. Having a fun time with this. We'll get to some of the news of the day. Last night, you had the Gators just absolutely shellac South Carolina in hoops. We'll look at a few other ones. Tennessee went right down to the wire against Georgia. A few other ones that we will get into, and then obviously some of the talking points about the offseason with your Jacksonville Jaguars. So we'll do of that all coming up. But a little Throwback Thursday on XLP. Keep them coming. We say thanks to Rebound Rehab. Don't forget, a dozen locations across the First Coast. Make sure if you've got a sports injury, auto accident, could be workers' comp, whatever it might be, they can take care of you. Just log on, reboundrehab.com.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
What's up, Duval? I'm Cav Valamic, owner of Purple Heart Pools, Jacksonville's veteran-owned pool company for over 10 years. We specialize in new pool construction and pool renovations, built on military values, integrity, communication, attention to detail, and honor. Now is the perfect time to start your pool project, so when the heat hits, your pool is ready. As an Iraq War veteran and Purple Heart recipient, pride in what I do is everything. Let me show you the difference in how my team and I execute your pool project with military precision. Call Purple Heart Pools, Jacksonville's veteran pool company.
A new year is the perfect time to finally get organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to home offices, entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and more. Beautiful, functional storage for any space, lifestyle, and budget. Start the new year strong with 40% off plus an extra 15% off, free installation, and 18-month special financing. Schedule your free in-home consultation. Call 904-878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Want a one-stop shop when it comes to commercial or residential construction? Then pick Preferred Builders. They should be high on your list. Over 70 years of construction experience combined with exceptional product and service warranties. They've got a team ready to tackle any size project. In fact, they've built their business in Duval by offering superior work at reasonable prices, and reputation over time means something. Honest and knowledgeable, reliable and responsive. Be sure and put Preferred Builders into your game plan for your next construction project. That's Preferred Builders.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did.
The love that a little box from Beard's Diamonds can hold is something that those big box jewelry stores can't understand. As Town Center's only locally owned jeweler with international connections, Beard's Diamonds knows that our little boxes are full of promises, celebrations, milestones, and magic. Big box jewelers only have big overhead and big markups, but Beard's Diamonds sees the big picture of the little box. That's why you can look to us for a great selection of dazzling diamonds and designer jewelry, and a listen-first approach to helping you turn what's in a little box into a big part of your special someone's life. Come experience the local, loyal, and helpful difference of Beard's Diamonds in Town Center. When it comes to helping you celebrate with beautiful jewelry, Beard's Diamonds thinks outside the big box stores. And that makes a big difference. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I'm Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Who lit it up last night? Brought to you by American-Electrical.com.
And Shenyulu's 8th rebound. Ahead to Boogie playing with a clear path in the jam. 4 on the shot clock, and that is quickly erased. Hand locked him with the lob, little high-low action. Lee with the lob, and Isaiah Brown is there. Alex Lloyd just checked in, freshman from Miami. Calmly drains a 3.
They just went off last night, the Florida Gators against South Carolina. The Gamecocks, they were in action up there in Columbia, and it wasn't pretty for the Gamecocks. Basically got doubled up, 95-48. And you're definitely seeing some productivity. Points in the paint from Chinaloo as he had 14, grabbed 11 boards. So anyway, they just crushed South Carolina. Trying to bounce back after the loss to Auburn. Auburn did win last night. So there you go. They lit it up on the hard court. American Electrical can light up your world, residential or commercial. They've got all sorts of innovation and ideas and the latest in technology to help you. So make sure you got what you want when it comes to home automation or anything else. Check out American-Electrical.com. So one off the YouTube, you guys can jump on YouTube, search XL Primetime, come in with us. We'll talk a little sports coming up here in a second, but lemon yellow, brand new 1978 Camaro, courtesy of the stepdad. But he did say it wasn't my fault when it got totaled.
It's one of those deers again.
Well, state trooper said UFO landed right in the middle of I-10. And
Or UFO, right.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. But good stuff. You guys keep it coming. 641-1010.
The deers.
Yeah. Listen, it happens. It definitely happens. Big Sirs, you pulled up a picture of one of the rides that you had.
Yeah, the 1992 850 BMW. Yeah, pretty smooth, sleek.
Heck
yes. Kind of James Bondish.
Yeah,
if you look at it.
It is definitely James Bondish.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, sleek. As
yes.
you said, you're if you're rolling down in Miami, you got to look good, which I totally get. All right, I wanted to get into at least as far as the transfer portal is concerned, where everything is at. Who still is looking for quarterbacks? So we'll do that coming up here in just a bit. But let's at least start with a fallout from the Pro Football Hall of Fame actually saying now that they might do something about the voting process, which is comical in a lot of ways. And they said every year they review the panel who is on the committee that gets to vote. But what did you think when all that came out, coming out of, obviously, Bill Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, it's a lot of noise. There's a lot of prominent people making noise, too. We're talking about guys like LeBron. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes. All those type of guys are just calling out the voters and saying, are you insane? This is ridiculous. So the NFL is backpedaling a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's no way something like that, of that magnitude, on the grandest stage with the New England Patriot team in the Super Bowl with Bill Belichick is not in the Hall of Fame. Now, you can make it up all these excuses. You can talk about Deflategate, Spygate, whatever. I mean, the man's resume speaks for itself. His championships, his playoff wins, his division titles, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's not a good look for the NFL. No. They made a rule to get him in early, and then they don't vote him in. So, I mean, they got to deal with this backlash, and rightfully so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like the response that they gave was, hey, every year we look at this and we're always looking at new ways, if we need to create a better voting selection process. I don't agree with them. I don't think they've done anything. This is the first bit of backlash that they've had that's serious, over-the-top reaction like you're describing.
Well,
they ain't done a dang thing.
Just admit you were wrong and have a recount.
Yeah, well, they might.
I
doubt they
that.
will.
They're not going to do that because there are guys legitimately on that block, on that committee, who think he shouldn't be in, who want to punish him for cheating.
Yeah, what if it was the majority of them? We don't even know.
Yeah, we have no idea. All it took was 11.
Yeah, totally do not know.
It could have been 20. It could have been 25.
Yeah, and I just feel like coming out of something like this, when Bill Polian all of a sudden goes Bill Clinton on you and can't recall what he voted on, which I just think is 100% the biggest, fattest lie you could ever tell.
Right, why would he even say that? He knows how bad that sounds.
Right. And so
you voted yesterday, Bill.
Yeah. Give me a break.
Was that when the voting was? It couldn't have been the day before.
It was a day or two earlier.
Oh my God!
Looked at
That's even more egregious.
Because I thought it was a little bit more time than that.
Yeah, I would assume it was probably like months ago.
Because they're trying to go through that process before they get ready for the regular process, which they will vote coming up this week when they're all gathered for the Super Bowl.
Here's what I don't like. So you're in the room and you're in the room banging your chest. No, he's not getting in. And then when people call you to the carpet, you you get all subtle and quiet and meek.
That's exactly.
Don't go be banging your chest in there when you're making the votes, and then when people call you to the carpet, then you want to be meek and humble and try to avoid the question. No, I need to stand. I need the same thing, same energy. Give me the same energy.
I agree.
I would rather a guy just say, you know what? Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I didn't vote for him, and just man up and say it instead of this weakness where you're afraid to tell the truth.
Yeah, I mean, Vahe Gregorian did that. He's the columnist at the Kansas City Star. He wrote a column on it. Yeah, I didn't vote for him. Here's why.
Exactly.
So the Pro Football Hall of Fame came out yesterday and, quote, confirmed that Bill Polian did vote for Bill Belichick. So believe what you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they're now confirming votes?
Yeah, that's interesting in and of itself.
So if they're going to confirm his vote, why don't you confirm all
The
of them?
rest of them, yeah. We need to know.
I guess because he was getting so much backlash.
So we got John McClain coming on next hour. Maybe we should get Sam Kavaris on, see how he voted.
And yeah, he well, at the very least, I think, like you just said, if someone wants to build a column around it, back it up, and say this is why, here's my reasoning, that's fine. I 100% support that. There are fewer voters, so you're going to be able to hear those stories, whereas the Heisman vote, you got countless hundreds that get to vote, so it's not like you're going to
they care too much about being liked. Just stand on your priorities. If you didn't vote for the man, just say, hey, listen, I don't vote for it. I don't care what you think about me. I don't think the man should get in.
Right.
But don't be running and hiding, ducking and dodging when people call you.
Just because LeBron's checking in.
Well, Terrell Owens.
It always comes back to LeBron with
It
this
does.
guy.
It absolutely
With this
does.
guy, always with LeBron hate.
You think Jordan checks in on something like that? No.
Well, you have the exact same opinion as LeBron does.
Yeah, and if you grew up in...
And you know he was probably... Was it on a tweet?
Right,
It was a tweet. It was. I saw
it's
Patrick
my
Mahomes.
job to question it. It's not his job to.
So Patrick Mahomes, what about him?
Yeah, I'm fine with Patrick Mahomes doing it.
Oh, yeah,
he's,
exactly.
He's an
Of
NFL
course.
player.
He's in the sports
I
world.
see.
Give me a break.
No, he's an NFL player.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about social media. Everybody gets to form an opinion and put it out there,
true,
whether you want to hear it or
So
not.
Patrick Mahomes can have no opinion.
Not play defense.
Hold
for another
on.
couple
So
years,
Patrick Mahomes can have no opinion about the NBA, is what you're saying?
No, I don't care. He can say that's a great player, but to have a specific opinion on something like this, what? I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, one's fine, the other's not. Yeah.
It may or may not be the fact that LeBron really annoys me.
I think that's probably that.
Yeah. Right.
I love LeBron, what he's done for the game.
You guys clearly do, obviously.
It's really crazy and hard to believe when you go back and see the timeline and how long ago it was.
You love his reach defense?
When he had the...
By the way, he was crying last night.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
Cleveland,
Yeah.
which makes me believe that this is it.
Well, I don't believe...
This is last season.
So
he's
let's
retiring.
He's a soap opera.
He is.
He is a soap opera. I'll make the prediction right now. There is no way...
And I like
no
LeBron.
way this is his last season.
Because he wants the whole show.
He wants the 82 games of show. And that even includes, like, his load management may not exist next year because he wants to make sure
He'll be there.
Yeah.
He wants all the gifts.
He's doing the tour.
Pathetic.
Maybe he's heard so many people like you guys say that he's like, no, now I'm not going to do that.
I doubt it.
I'm going to continue.
He cares so much
to
what
just
people think
chuck
about
it and not
him
play defense,
that
huh?
he will not do that because he knows you guys will think negatively about him for doing
I see what
that.
you're saying. So you think this is it? He's done.
Oh, he's doing like the
Yeah.
Kobe tour. Like,
I'm still making
No,
that
he's
prediction.
not going to do the Kobe tour
Oh.
because everyone knows he will do the Kobe tour.
I'm
See, this
still
is
making
like
that prediction.
4D chess stuff.
Yeah, if he does, I'm gonna give him the business.
And
If
who
there's one
knows-
thing that I would say LeBron doesn't do, that's 4D chess.
Who knows if he will do it in a Lakers uniform or a Cleveland uniform? That actually,
I'm just those
will be up for
tears seemed
discussion.
real.
It depends
last
on the
night.
script.
Come on, man.
Depends on the script he's writing.
or that's already been written for him.
Tears seem real.
All right, you guys hit it 641-1010. LeBron, is he done? You can jump in on that. We need to get into some of the college football stories we were talking about earlier. We will do it right here on a Rebound Rehab Thursday.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford, where electrifying moments come to life
Inside of a minute to play.
and legendary performances live.
A monumental milestone in a legendary career.
1010XL, the power of Jacksonville Sports Radio.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops. Windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval.
Year, everyone. It's time to treat yourself to something special.
What better way to start the year than with a stunning Cadillac from Randy Marion Cadillac?
My dad, Randy Marion, is the king of price, and we've got unbeatable prices and a great selection to choose from.
You can see all the inventory at RandyMarionCadillacJacksonville.com.
And don't forget, we need your car even if you don't buy from us.
Ask for Sean Spencer and he'll pay top dollar for your vehicle. Drive to Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville. Plus tax tag titled $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 29, 2000, Karl Malone became the third player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points, following a 35-point performance against Minnesota.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
When it's game time, make feeding the crowd easy. Chicken Salad Chick serves fresh Southern-style chicken salad, flavorful sides, and crowd-favorite catering trays. Order ahead at chickcatering.com or visit one of 4 area locations today.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. Are you frustrated with those trendy pills, drops, and lotions that claim to make your hair thicker and fuller? Are you taking weight loss drugs or medication that's making your hair fall out? Whether you're frustrated with results from treatments that just don't work, or you no longer have the fuller, thicker hair that you once had, there's a better way. Our hair restoration solutions have helped literally over 10,000 men and women restore their hair in as little as 2 office visits.
Ready to grow your hair back and have permanent, natural, and guaranteed results? For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
Getting close to the 1 o'clock hour. It's XL Prime Time. Thanks to Rebound Rehab. You can definitely check them out. Thanks for checking us out, Joe C. Matty Hayes. Check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. The Hurricane Hall of Famer, Big Sur and JJ, we've been hanging out. We did our little Throwback Thursday with a little fun topic. We'll have a different one each Thursday just to kind of just reminisce. It is fun when you start to think about the old rides that you had when you grew up. And one dude says, texts in, Danny, he said, I'm 58. I grew up in the 80s. I remember when cars had cigarette lighters, ashtrays, and no seatbelts. And we all had people when we drove in the back of the truck constantly. Never, ever did you have a concern with kids riding in the back of the truck.
Bro, my granddaddy had one of the Fred Sanford trucks.
Oh, yeah.
And he had the grandkids jump in the back.
Yeah.
He had the tools, saw,
everything,
chains, all this kind of stuff. And we slid back and forth that truck, and no one ever got hurt.
That's the beautiful thing.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. First car, 67 Chevelle. His dad owned an automotive shop, built the car at 15 years old. Dad gave him the body and said, build it. At 16, it was done. A little 350 motor, bright orange, black top, mag wheels. Oh, I love this. Fastest car in the county. He said, I think my dad regretted that after he gave him the tools and the power to go do that. Learned to drive in a 58 Corvette in 1970. Nice. That was before seatbelts. Piled all his friends in the car, drove around with the top down. Great fun. Wish I still had that car. I agree with you, bro. One dude drove from Houston to Virginia Beach with no radio by himself. Lost his mind, says Kevin the Southie. Kevin the Southie, I can totally appreciate that. You got to just, like, if you don't have a radio and you got nothing out, like, you will
singing
get in
to
your own
yourself.
Head. You'll get in your own head, won't you?
Listen, have you seen the new guys, the new thing, which they call raw dogging on an airplane, which it could mean many things, but
yes, it can. Yes, it can.
This is guys that go on an airplane and just sit there, don't watch anything on the TV in front of them, don't play with their phone, don't read a book, literally just sit there and stare the entire flight.
You know, I had a buddy one time who did that on a cross-country flight with his girl.
Yeah.
Literally sat there staring at the seat in front of him.
Bro,
she got so mad she broke up.
She broke up with him.
Yeah.
They got back together, I'm sure.
They always got back together.
Bro, that's what we did in the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
And 80s. We didn't have no...
You didn't read or
Bro, we didn't have
listen
no
to
cell
music?
phones. Okay, maybe a Walkman.
That's exactly. They're not even
maybe a
doing
Walkman.
that.
They're not even doing Walkman.
No.
That's insane.
That's it. Like, I'm just determined to fall asleep. And thankfully, when you're, like, you have the benefit of AirPods now or whatever, then you don't have any of those conversations that you really don't want to get into.
The worst.
Yeah, you could just kind of sit back and chill.
Dude, there'll still be people on the plane next to you that'll talk right. They'll see that you're listening to something. They'll still try to chat it up.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a terrorist.
All right, so are you the guy that will watch the other guy's movie on his iPad?
Not on his iPad, but if it's on the TV that they provide for you on the back of the seat, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Like if he's watching a game or something, yeah.
I tell you what I do when there's a little turbulence to kind of cool me down, to get me to laugh. I just say, Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you. I do. It just calms my nerves, because when it starts bouncing around and stuff, you have a tendency to get nervous. You know what I just say? I say, Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you. I close my eyes and go back to sleep.
Listen, this is
it works every time.
It
bro.
should make you feel good that a
out.
plane has never crashed because of turbulence.
Well,
just want to let you know.
But
that.
listen, when you're bouncing around in the middle of the storm,
you're in the middle of that,
and you're in clouds and it's going crazy.
You know, the late Norm Carlson.
When it's your time, it's your time, bro.
That's true.
The late
That's
Norm
true.
Carlson, the legendary publicist at Florida, told a great story about Spurrier when they were flying back or to a game. Okay, they had the old prop planes and they're flying, and the plane hit some turbulence and just boom, dropped like 300, 400, 500, like a long way, and then popped right back up.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody on the plane's freaking out. The masks are coming down for oxygen. Everybody's putting the mask on. The pilot's saying put the mask on. He said he looks over at Spurrier. Spurrier's got his mask on. He's got shrimp that he's eating out of a bowl. He's pulling his mask open, putting his shrimp in, putting his mask back. Literally doesn't care.
If I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna go down doing it my way.
And Spurrier the player, Spurrier the coach?
The coach.
Yeah, that's classic. That's beautiful. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Spurrier the player either.
Right.
Because you said prop plane.
Some people are built like that, man.
Oh,
Stuff
yeah.
like that just
Yeah.
doesn't bother them.
Now in the 70s, like Spurrier the player, those planes.
I'd be a little worried.
Yeah, that's
you
a
said
different
prop planes.
ballgame.
What made me think that? I'm like, I'd be a little nervous. That's for sure. All right, this one, I love this. Just the visual of this car. He said, the texter, the nooner, my dad had a 66 split window Corvette Stingray. That is a hot looking car. He said he let me drive it once, right over the mailbox. Last time I drove it. Can you imagine?
It's those
Say, hey,
years
kid,
again, man.
Take it
Letting your
for a spin.
dumbass kid finally drive your nice Corvette.
And then you runt it. 1968 Firebird 350 cubic inch. Parents sold it to him so mom could get a car with good gas mileage. Genius. I love that. I love that. Giving up that Firebird for MPGs? No way.
He had that one shot at that car and ran over the mailbox.
Right over the mailbox.
See,
Think about what your life could have been, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That was probably like a 6-pack of Deers, no less.
Yeah. That's a bunch. That's a bunch of bad. It'll happen in a hurry. 73 Ford Maverick. What a chick mobile. Okay. All right. Listen, if you
Chick-mobile.
Yeah,
Chick-mobile, huh?
Yeah, I went mobile.
Either one.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah.
It was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I do. Listen, I like to just kind of massage the language just a little bit. Toyota minivan, full sunroof, took out the middle row to accommodate drums and amps. It had a mini fridge, called it the Silver Bullet, 1985.
Nice. Mine was baby blue. I told you the 95 truck. I called it the Blue Haze.
The Blue Haze.
Nice.
That's a good one.
So, there was some double meaning there.
Yes, you better believe it was. Up in smoke, that's for
Still
sure.
would be, right.
Yeah. All right, into the 1 o'clock hour, we go. Rebound Rehab, bringing you today's show. Don't forget, anything aches and pains wise, you need that physical therapist, a team of them, in fact, to help you. And they can even set up a exercise regimen on an app, free of charge. You can take home and you can kind of keep on the mend the way you would like without having to go back. Just check them out, reboundrehab.com, all over the First Coast.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Bringing you Jaguars players, coaches, and breaking news year-round.
We got to go back to our fundamentals.
On the home of the Jaguars.
Work on three, 1, 2, 3.
1010XL.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Catch Decision Day for college sports future stars.
Here's a list of people I've been keeping my eye on.
Next Wednesday,
National Signing Day on 1010XL is covered by
Baker Glass and Flame Broiler on 1010XL.
It's Taylor. Valentine's Day is just a few weeks away, but don't do what you probably do every year. Last-minute grocery store flowers, questionable strawberries, and a box of forgettable chocolate. This year, step up your game. Pre-order fresh, hand-dipped strawberries and beautifully crafted artisan chocolates from Peterbrook Chocolatier. With 15 North Florida locations, you probably drove past one today. Up your game this Valentine's Day with a gift that actually impresses. And trust me, you'll score more points with your Valentine. Find your closest location at peterbrook.com. Peterbrook.com.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus, straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
We love talking sports on 1010XL, and I-9 Sports loves giving kids the perfect way to grow up playing the game. Spring and summer registration going on right now. Log on to i9sports.com to see all they've got to offer for kids ages 3 and up. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Year-round sports all across the First Coast. St. John's, Duval, and Clay. Sign up now for spring and summer. Great new locations added like Tofoy Creek High School and Westside Middle. Get your kids in the game with I-9 Sports. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount at i9sports.com.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Hick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people. Hey, Hickett here. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. And since the big game is right around the corner, that also means it's your last chance to get into the football action before next season. So close the season out right with Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code 1010XL. $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code 1010XL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by Chad and Sandy Real Estate. Florida's football game against Florida State in Tallahassee has been moved from Saturday, November 28th to Friday, November 27th. The Atlantic Coast Conference has announced the game will mark the first regular season Friday contest for the Gators since they played the Seminoles on the day after Thanksgiving in 2022. The Florida football team will play this year's orange and blue game inside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on Saturday, April 11th at 12 p.m. Right now, 56 degrees at 101. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Pro Football Hall of Fame voting has been a hot topic since the news came out a couple of days ago that Bill Belichick was not voted in. Well, we're going to say hello to a Hall of Fame voter and a longtime man in the NFL world. John McClain joins us now from the city of Houston. John, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
We're doing fantastic. Appreciate the time. I think you're a great guy to lean on and ask with the fallout that has come out in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, thinking about looking at the voting committee and if any sanctions should be levied against any individual if they didn't respect the voting process. What's your interpretation of that?
Well, first of all, respecting the voting process, doesn't have jack to do with squat.
Yeah.
The NFL put out a release the Hall of Fame, because our bylaws for our committee specifically say you cannot disclose anything that goes on in our 9.5-hour meeting. And yet somebody did to ESPN. Now, the Hall of Fame's not ever going to find out who it is. Are people going to say, yeah, I'm the one that talked to them? Now, first of all, let me tell you, I've been on the committee 33 years. I've been on the seniors committee 17 years. I'm on the contributors committee for the last 2 or 3. And I used to tell Tony Bazzelli before every Texans game, Tony, just be patient. At some point, you're going to get in. Make sure you take good care of yourself physically. And then when he finally, he was doubtful, skeptical, but when he finally got in, I was so happy for Tony because when he played, he was as good as any tackle in NFL history. And it's funny, we make decisions like that, and people are not saying, you need to change the voters.
True.
You need to get rid of the committee. You need to change the process. And some of the people squawking the loudest are in the Hall of Fame. We voted them in the Hall of Fame, which I think is hilarious. There are 50 of us. To get in, you got to get 40% of the vote, which means you have to get 40 out of 50. And 39 of us could vote yes on Belichick and 11 no, and he's not in, and it tarnishes the committee, it tarnishes all of us, and it tarnishes the Hall of Fame. Now, we don't know who's in it. We don't find out till the NFL Honors Show next Thursday. And we also, we do know this, early last week, the guys that made it got the knock on the door, the surprise knock on the door, that'll be shown on the NFL Network after it's announced on next Thursday. The finalists who did not make it got a call. So Bill Belichick got a call. He did not make it. and he didn't know who else made it and didn't make it. So obviously the leak didn't come from us because we don't know. It didn't come from the Hall because it's embarrassing the Hall, so it had to come from Belichick or someone close to him, and that's fine. It's ridiculous that he's not first ballot because he should be, because he is one of the greatest coaches in history. I can't say he's the greatest after watching what he did without Tom Brady, after watching what Brady did at Tampa without Bill Belichick. I can't say he's better than Vince Lombardi. And I saw Brady doing an interview yesterday in which he said if he had one Super Bowl, he would want Belichick coaching it. And I would have come back and said, well, what if you weren't the quarterback? And see what he said. But the way it was changed 2 years ago by the Hall of Fame, we on the committee had no say in any changes to the bylaws. We're not consulted. And we can raise Cain like we did about these changes. For some reason, in 24, the Hall decided to make it more difficult to get in. In the past, we had the seniors committee went through all of their people and came up with 2 finalists. The coach committee and contributors committee came up with 1. We listened to the presentations, we debated it, and we voted yes or no. In almost every instance, the big 50-man committee rubber stamped it and voted the finalists from the subcommittees into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Vahe Gregorian, longtime columnist for the Kansas City Star, wrote a column yesterday explaining his vote. He did not vote for Belichick. He did not vote for Kraft. He voted for the 3 seniors because if you're a senior nominee and you don't get in, you may never become a finalist again, and you may have to wait forever, and it might be your parents, your loved ones accepting it because you're dead. So it's important for the seniors. So Gregorian said, I voted for the seniors, believing Belichick would be a lock next year. And Mike Sando, the athletic, who's on our committee, laid out some thoughts about why somebody may have voted for others and not Belichick. And one of the reasons was you want to help the seniors get in. You're not saying that Roger Craig, L.C. Greenwood, or Ken Anderson were better than Belichick. You're saying it's the timing for them is more important because we never see them again as finalists. It could be because you're protesting that you don't like the rule change by the Hall that coaches no longer have to wait. You're voting on a guy who's still coaching at North Carolina. And they didn't want people coming back after they got in the Hall of Fame like Joe Gibbs, Mike Ditka, and Bill Walsh for the longest time. And now they've changed it. It could be Spygate. And a lot of people forget it was the biggest scandal in NFL history, orchestrated by Belichick. I read a long story last night refreshing my memory by Frank Cooney, who's been on the committee for 33 years, going over the details of Spygate. It could be that you said, hey, he masterminded the worst controversy in history, so I'm going to make him wait a year. We don't know, and we're not supposed to disclose our vote, even though many have. So it could be one of those reasons. All these hogwash reasons for people that should be embarrassed that they don't know better. Oh, they didn't like Belichick. They didn't like that he didn't give them good interviews. Well, first of all, 98% of us never dealt with him. Didn't deal with him. The 4 Hall of Famers, there's 4 Hall of Famers on the committee. There's longtime NFL historians. I think it's great. I wish we had more. Excuse me. There's broadcasters like Sam Kavaris does a great job representing the Jaguars. And so anyway, those are some of the reasons it could have been. The bottom line, he should have been in. And as I tell everybody that asks, we're like the Musketeers, all for one, one for all. If 11 make everybody look bad, then we all suffer the consequences because we should. People say, oh, get rid of this guy. He's too old. This guy hadn't covered the NFL long enough. They don't know how hard people work behind the scenes. I've presented 9 people who've gotten in the Hall of Fame. Greatest honor you could ever have is somebody. I've represented people treated me like a dog, and when they get in, they turn to mush. And there's not a more rewarding thing for a person who covers the NFL and to be able to do that and know what an enormous responsibility is. And if we screw up sometimes in the minds of the public, then we just accept the criticism and try to do better next time.
Now, John, I can from the outside looking in, I can see where the assumption that Bill Belichick may be a lock and that other voters may decide to get the older guys in because their time is limited. But my only disagreement is if there's anybody that voted against him because of Spygate, and in my opinion, that's like double jeopardy. He's already been penalized for that, fine and draft picks taken away from him. I mean, he shouldn't have to be penalized twice for something that he did back then when it comes to the Hall of Fame.
And maybe somebody thought that. We don't know. We're just throwing out things that it could have been because people don't tell us. It's all anonymous voting. And people say, well, why don't you make it transparent? Well, that would change a bylaw for the Hall of Fame. And like I say, there's probably 15 of our committee that have said who they voted for, and we're clearly not supposed to do that. I try to let people know in the talk shows I do where I stand without saying if I voted for him. And I do think I think if the committee that the Hall of Fame said, we want you to be transparent from now on, I think it'd be better like baseball. If you want to say who you voted for, you can. Like the one person who didn't vote for Derek Jeter, keeping him from being unanimous, that person has never come forward.
Yeah.
And so I think it ought to be up to the person, not that you have to disclose it.
So, John, you only needed 11 people to say no. For all we know,
Right.
there was 20 or 25. Would you be shocked that there was that many?
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
So you think he basically barely hit the 11 mark or close to it?
I think that he barely hit the 11 mark, and I think that and it wasn't a vote against Belichick, it's a vote for others. Could be you wanted to vote for Robert Kraft.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to go to his 11th Super Bowl, and he's been waiting longer, and who knows if he's going to be the contributor nominee next year, that vote for Robert Kraft and two seniors. And you think, okay, Belichick will get it next year. There's a variety of reasons it could have been. But the asinine thing that people say, oh, we didn't treat people well. We've had so many. I voted for people that treated me like a dog, and it never crossed my mind not to vote for him.
Yeah, but you're a decent human being. There maybe everyone is not. Anyway, a couple more for John McClain, one of the great figures in terms of covering the NFL for, like he said, a long, long time. So I want to ask about a couple of Jaguars if we can, but can you give us the timeline in terms of the vote and when it became public?
Well, the vote's not supposed to be public till it's announced next week on the NFL Honors Show.
No. I mean the one that we are talking about with Belichick when it came out 2 days ago, the timeline of when the vote took place and when it came out.
Oh, that was a couple of weeks ago when we had our annual Zoom. Used to it was the day before the Super Bowl, and then when COVID-19 hit, we did it on a Zoom, and now it's a whole lot easier. We all don't have to travel to the Super Bowl because not everybody goes anymore. So this was like, I can't even remember the date, less than 2 weeks ago.
All right, so want to squeeze the Freddie question in, but first, TC, since we're on the coaches topic, Tom Coughlin also should be given, I think, heavy consideration, yet he seems to be on the outside looking in when it comes to the vote.
I think Coughlin and I think Mike Shanahan should be the next two coaches. There's a big push for Mike Holmgren and some others, but to me, George Seifert won two championships, but he didn't put the team together like Coughlin and Shanahan did. And Shanahan, there's all kind of teams are using his offensive system, and I would hope they go. But obviously, they're going to move back a year. But they've been waiting long enough, so I fully believe Tom Coughlin will be in there. I don't know if it'll be before Shanahan, after Shanahan, if Holmgren will get in before them, and I assume next year that Belichick will get in.
Now, John, what about my former teammate, running back Fred Taylor? What are his shots?
Fred's been a finalist multiple times. Sam Tavares does a great job of presenting Fred. And when Fred hadn't gotten in, nobody says, I don't think Fred Taylor deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. If he was if he was a finalist, it means he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But I guess when he's been a finalist, people enough have thought that somebody else was more deserving. Roger Craig's waited forever, and he's finally got a chance to be in, and I hope he gets in. I don't think we have enough running backs, and hopefully that'll lead to Fred Taylor getting in.
Very deserving, too, Roger Craig. Very deserving. John, real quick, away from the Hall of Fame, what are your thoughts on Liam Cohen and this turnaround here in 1 year?
I thought Liam Cohen deserved to be Coach of the Year as much as anybody else. It just shows if you get a great coach who knows what he's doing and has familiarity with quarterbacks, that you can see the turnaround. And it was Vrabel didn't have that, but he was smart enough to hire Josh McDaniels, one of the best coordinators in history. And then Ben Johnson was ticketed to be a great coach. I knew Liam Cohen had it. First time I heard about it was he did a great job coaching, and when he was at Kentucky, Will Levis.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Levis hadn't done squat since he was not with Liam Cohen. Always wondered if the Titans eventually cut Will Levis, who was a huge bust, would the Jaguars sign him as backup?
It's a good question, but yeah, you'd have to just see as far as where his travels go from where he is right now. One more quarterback question, John. How patient or impatient will the Texans be with C.J. Stroud based on his performance?
Oh, they're patient. He didn't have but 8 interceptions this year. He did not lose one fumble. Then in the playoffs, he went to pieces. The defense helped him win in Pittsburgh 30-6. He had some boneheaded 5 fumbles and lost 2. Mm-hmm. And he hadn't lost a fumble all year. But he still made some big throws. But then he gets to New England, and he acts like he's never played quarterback. He has just been eviscerated by fans and media here. And the Texans will say all the right things. They'd be nuts to extend him. They need to extend Will Anderson Jr. first and make him the highest paid defensive player in history because he's earned it. Yeah. And wait a year and do Stroud after you picked up both of them a 5th-year option. And they'll say all the right things, and he may play really well in regular season, but until he gets to the playoffs and proves that he's not going to have panic plays in the pocket like he did in that game at New England, people are going to be holding their breath.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It really is. Listen, John, thanks for your time. As always, the great John McClain in Houston, Hall of Fame voter, and, of course, covering the NFL nonstop. We appreciate it.
Guys, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right. Mm-hmm. So when we think about it, we'll come back and react to that. But the C.J. Stroud thing is definitely interesting. Will Anderson first, then C.J. We'll see where the Texans go with that. It's XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. You have arrived at your destination.
And you were meant to be here.
This is 1010XL.
This is your time.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
When the unexpected happens, you shouldn't have to face it alone. I'm Chris Campione, and at Campione Law, we're here to fight for you. Whether it's an auto accident or a slip and fall, our Jacksonville team takes care of every detail, from investigating the incident to securing multi-million-dollar verdicts, so you can focus on getting better. And remember, you don't pay a dime unless we win your case. Our commitment is 24/7, bringing you the real support from real people who really care. Campione Law, your dedicated partners in justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
When D-Rock talks football, Jacksonville listens.
I'm listening intently.
Mike DiRocco.
With Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Brightened by Lee and Kate's Glass. Thursdays 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Your home is your sanctuary, where memories are made. Jack's homeowners trust Superior Fence and Rail to make their home feel safe, secure, and complete. Imagine a classic wood fence for privacy, sturdy aluminum to protect your pets, or a modern vinyl design that boosts curb appeal. Every fence is built with precision and pride, standing strong in every season.
When you're on the fence, about SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Basketball is back as Division I college basketball takes center stage with the UNF Ospreys. Osprey basketball returns home to CSI Company's court at UNF Arena this Saturday, January 31st against Lipscomb. So make your plans to see the Ospreys in action at UNF Arena on Saturday, January 31st against Lipscomb. Tip-off at 2 o'clock. Visit UNFOspreys.com/buy tickets now to secure your seats. UNFOspreys.com/buy tickets now. Swoop!
The Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach is better than ever. Come experience our new renovated spaces, including an expanded wellness center with upgraded state-of-the-art equipment, recovery solutions, brand new locker rooms, and the Horsell Center for Health and Well-Being, all designed to help you feel your best. And now you can join with no joining fee. Plus, enjoy your 4th month free. There's no place like this place. And you'll love what's new. Visit the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach.
Blue here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, pal, is that a turtleneck? Can't you feel it, Jason? There's a chill in the air, a definite nip. I mean, it is January. In Jacksonville, Jason. I didn't come here for cold. Well, I wouldn't call this. Cold weather gives me the sniffles. Sniffles turns to pneumonia. Suddenly, I'm in a hospital bed with a tube down my throat because Florida didn't get the memo about ignoring winter. So, switch over to heat. What if my system can't remember how to heat? Dude, put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Bueller Air and Plumbing can make sure your system is ready to switch from cooling to heat. We'll clean your heating coil to get rid of that burning dust smell and make sure you have the coolant pressure to keep your heat pump pumping out the heat. I had no idea these sunglasses worked in the winter.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So some interesting news coming out about Josh Allen, the Bills' Josh Allen, quarterback Josh Allen. So apparently he said he had surgery on a broken bone in his right foot. They took it out and cleaned it up. He suffered the injury in a Browns game in late December.
Yeah.
It wasn't ideal and it was painful during the week, but on game day he would just go with it.
I do
so
like
that includes all the playoffs.
Yeah, I do like the way you said it. They took it out and cleaned it, and
what did they take out?
I'm going to be radio doctor here, and I don't know which one you can take out. It could be
the fifth metatarsal.
Metatarsal, yeah. But if it's the outside one, then you're talking about a Jones fracture, something like that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
All that time with Gio.
Yeah, listen, I glean a lot of information.
I would trust you to take care of my ailments.
I don't know about that. I would like to have operated on Josh Allen before he came to Duval. That would have been good.
So that explains all the turnovers against Denver, right?
Well, he beat the Jags with a broken foot.
All right, so remember this,
Look
Big
like
Sirs.
he's looking for sympathy.
Yeah, remember this. He might be.
That's the more pressing issue, man.
Listen, when you get on the field, bro, listen, the word is when you make it on the field, we consider you 100%.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if you were hurt, you should have been on the list.
Yeah, and you're the hunted. And I have to go back and look at the injury reports and see. But if you remember the Cleveland game, one of them, he started zigzagging in the wrong direction, and Cleveland was harassing the hell out of him, got away from a safety with a big hit from the Browns, and that's where that injury took place. And so we are going back at least 3 weeks of the regular season, maybe even a month.
Late December, he said.
Yeah, late December. So that's the one that they kept keeping an eye on. Well, then he wouldn't practice. Then he would go out there and do the walkthrough on Friday, and they'd put him through it. And I think it might have been I think it might have been 2 weeks before he went out and took the snap on the last game at home. Remember that? Just so we could have his consecutive starting streak alive.
Which is lame.
Yeah, but he's just trying to keep it alive. But then he took the hit at the goal line against Jacksonville, and that foot got folded over again. and I thought he was going to be out. He came back.
And that was a nasty fall.
Yes.
They're saying 8 to 10 weeks with the recovery. By the
Okay.
way.
Wow.
He went into the tent. He was bleeding from the ear.
Well,
there was all kinds of stuff going on.
I can appreciate him because you can rest in the off season.
Yeah.
So the fact that he played under that, I can appreciate
he's got that warrior
But he had no
mentality.
sympathy from me, though.
Yeah. Well,
No
I
sympathy
get,
at all.
I get it. I get it.
Now, what about Bo Nix?
So Nix, people who
There's
have,
some controversy because
can you pull up
his
the way,
soundbite? Yeah.
the way it is. At least it played on X. It was a back and forth of Sean Payton's presser and what Bo Nix was saying. Bottom line is, Bo Nix had a broken ankle in the divisional matchup against the Bills. We all know he missed the next game and he's out. Well, Sean Payton's having one of his final exit conferences with the Broncos media, and he lets out a couple days ago that this was a pre-existing condition with the ankle for Bo Nix, and that it was bound to happen, or what did he say? Inevitable.
Yeah,
right?
here it is. Right.
A condition that was like predisposed right at that they always find a little bit more when they go in, and it wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Didn't have any predisposed issues. Man, my ankles were feeling really good.
He said he had one in high school, and then he said he had one at Auburn.
I don't think he really should share how many surgeries I've had in the past, to be honest with you, but because I don't, he doesn't really even know that.
Ooh,
nice back and forth.
HIPAA, by the way.
Yeah. And so
you should sue Sean Payton.
Yeah. If you want to go HIPAA when he was back in school, you're probably maybe there is something to that. But the essence of this is that Sean Payton has his exit presser and he says these things. And we asked Gio when he was in yesterday about this quote pre-existing condition, and we read the quote, remember, Big, from Sean Payton, and it was vague, but also kind of gave a little extra history that Bo Nix does not want out. Bottom line, Bo Nix puts him a little Zoom presser together and says, "Hey, I'm going on Zoom. I'm gonna."
No, I think it was on Sirius XM or something.
Was it? I thought it was
Yeah.
Zoom. I may be wrong there, and he might have popped on Zoom with Sirius for all I know. But that's when he basically said, "Hey, he doesn't need to be talking about my physical well-being. Would you like your head coach giving up some of the injuries that you never disclosed or didn't have to disclose?"
No, because I mean, before he was even drafted, there had to be because I've gone through the combine process.
Yeah,
they get all your records
Yeah.
of all your injuries, all your surgeries, and all that kind of stuff, and then they combine them, and then they examine you, and then they'd make the decision on whether they draft you or not. So I mean, I don't know why Sean Payton is using this information now, because if you've known that all this time, that means you've had to mask it. It's somewhere within the last couple of years, you've had to mask his injury through shots or painkillers or whatever to keep him on the football field.
So by the way,
was
bro,
a press
HIPAA is
conference.
HIPAA. HIPAA can happen in the NFL too. It doesn't mean it doesn't end at college.
Yeah,
he's giving up information. Medical
you look
information is
at
not.
Mixon. I mean, there's a lot of speculation that Mixon, I'll just say because I don't care, that he got shot in the foot. And that's what all this like weird, they're very quiet about his injury. They haven't ever said, and now they're saying like his career's over.
Is this from your news source, your typical
It's
news
from
source?
Twitter. Yeah, Joe Mixon.
It's the Black
It's
Underground
weird,
Web.
though, that they haven't said anything. But also this one, do you think Sean Payton's doing this to maybe say to the front office, like, I need another quarterback?
Well, he may be doing that, and he also may just be making excuses for why his team all of a sudden didn't.
I think
do
it's the
what-
latter more than the former.
But I mean, he didn't play anyway. It's not like he played with a broken foot and lost. He
Yeah.
had a backup quarterback as an excuse
But for
anyway.
him to
So
say-
what would
I
that
think Bo Nix
gain?
needs to get an attorney. He's not. He does.
Yes.
Because Sean Payton is not supposed to be relaying that kind of information to the public. Yes. There you go.
But do you want a war going in the courts between your quarterback and your head coach?
Well, It cannot make the coach or the quarterback
he's not
happy
that
when the
great.
coach is just basically dishing on him, which is what he did. And Bo Nix is like, I already got people aiming for parts of my body to try and kill
Wait,
me.
let's go back real quick. What do you mean he's not any good?
No, I'm saying, don't you think Sean Payton's probably like, hey, the way Sean Payton thinks, he's probably like, I had to drag this team here with Bo Nix.
Man,
I think he was pretty
played
happy
pretty
with it.
well, man.
Yeah.
They were the 1 seed.
Yeah. What
I think they could do a lot better.
the thing I'm disappointed by is the fact that
Well, dude, you're acting like Bo Nix is like a top whatever
No, I'm not.
quarterback in this
No, I'm
league.
not. I'm
He's
saying-
just
I'm
average as the
saying
day
that-
is long.
I don't
No,
think he's much better.
Oh, no.
No, I know how I've gone through the process where I'm draining my knee. I'm taking shots so I can stay on the field to help the team.
Let's go in
win.
Leon's locker room right now.
Yeah.
Right
nice.
now. This is important.
Now, the Lemon Pepper Locker Room with Leon Searcy. Served up by Wingstop.
Whenever we're talking about knee drainage.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Wingstop's got specials this weekend. All right. This Saturday and Sunday using promo code JAX10. You get $10 off a 50-piece wing pack, whether you use it online or you use the Wingstop app. Okay, listen, this is the reason why I'm a defendant of Bo Nix, because I was in that same scenario situation with the Pittsburgh stuff. Now, they didn't relay my information, but I had bursa sac issues when I was in college. All right, but never to the extent where it leaked blood. It was leaking blood over my knee, and I had to get a drain.
Right.
And I had to take a shot for the whole remainder of the season. So that's called masking my injury. You knew about the injury. You drafted me anyway. I get it injured. I get a drain. I get a shot so we can win football games. Same thing with Bo Nix.
Right.
If they knew this was occurring, that this may be happening in Oregon, they were asking themselves, what can we do to keep him on the field where we can mask this injury? Because we know somewhere down the road it's going to be inevitable. He's going to break his ankle.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do is we're going to shoot him up. We're going to give him anti-inflammatories. We're going to do all the stuff we need. And then when it breaks, you're not supposed to be going out there saying this is recurring back to Oregon. Where we knew about it. We knew eventually it was going to happen, but we masked it and shot it.
Because you know what they did,
sir?
That means they used the hell out of him until it broke.
Yes, exactly.
And
They
then
used him up because what they did is they used him up, they shot him up, they anti-inflammatory him, and they treated him until what they're doing is they're playing, they're Russian roulette him. All right? They're going to play him until it breaks.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate it broke when it broke.
Look, he had him a pretty good year. He had an outstanding rookie year and came back the next year and was still doing enough work to where they were on a nice little hot streak, not losing games, a bunch of one-score games, but they were not losing them. And he put together some decent numbers. And in the end, I just think it's a little pouty on the part of Sean Payton to go with one more reason why it wasn't him going for the points on fourth down. I honestly.
Well, he's been known to throw quarterbacks under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Russ.
Mm-hmm.
Bo shouldn't be any different. Bo shouldn't be any different.
He needed to get Russ out of there.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't.
And just as far as Bo Nix is concerned, just mark this down because this was one of our sausages before. It might have even been a perfecto. 22 wins. Remember the discussion we had since entering the NFL last season? It took him, I think, 31 games to get to 22 wins.
Like second lowest or something?
Yeah, that's doing work. And so he was tied with Luck, Prescott, and Roethlisberger for the second most wins behind a quarterback in the first two seasons, or by a quarterback in the first two seasons in NFL history, and they were trailing only Russell.
Who would you rather have, Bo Nix or Trevor Lawrence?
Well, that question, I think this probably came up when I threw it out there.
I also think it's changed in the last year because last year
Trevor came on.
I would have always wanted Trevor Lawrence over Nix, man.
Yeah. And honestly, I could just keep throwing numbers at you.
I know. I could keep throwing quarterbacks at you guys.
Right, but I also think you forget what it was like prior to this year with him.
No, I watched Denver Broncos games, and I watched Bo Nix, and their offense, he doesn't have to do much. He's just I also saw him play in college for 1,000 years. I know who Bo Nix is.
Right. Tell me if this is average. 4 career games with at least 4 touchdown passes.
Trevor was.
Okay.
I know who Trevor is too.
You hear me?
Trevor's talent. He's just so much.
You hear me? 4 career games with at least 4 touchdown passes. Tell me if that's just average. 6 player.
4 career games with 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, 6 player in the Super Bowl era with 4 such games in his first 2 career seasons. So Nix is there with Mahomes, with Marino, with El Boogie, with Deshaun.
He's also incredibly athletic.
Not even close to those quarterbacks.
He's also incredibly athletic. It's his second year,
first 2
man.
seasons.
Dude, he's an older guy. I mean, like, how old is he? He's not.
Are you going to start using the age thing?
We'll see.
Yeah, he's up in age. He started 60+ college
Is this
games.
going to circle back to the age with Miami and Indiana now too?
He's, he's about to be 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't care that it's his second league. But that's like Tyler Shuck saying Tyler Shuck's only a rookie. Like, dude, he's way older than a lot of these other rookie quarterbacks. So I expect Bo Nix to be a semi-decent quarterback.
I think what Joe
his
and I are
ceiling
saying
is so low compared to these other guys.
I know, you're not listening to us. I think what we're saying is he's only played 2 years in the league.
Yeah.
We're not talking about age. We're talking about 2 years against the best in football, and he's played at a high level.
Yeah, he landed
and
in
he's got a great team
landed
around
in a
him.
really good situation, but he also has been part of the solution to a bad situation.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I give him credit. Look,
I think he's an average quarterback.
I ripped on him as Duckbo big time, but I was uber impressed with what he was able to do on an NFL field, which I think we should all agree ain't easy.
I never said it was.
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying if we go through all the quarterbacks in the NFL, I think that you guys would probably take more than half of them for both.
Yeah, I'd probably put him somewhere around half.
That's average,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, but
half is exactly average.
No, but you know what it is right now in the NFL? It's a totally different deal because the top half is so much better than the bottom half. If we're just splitting it down the middle, when you start looking at the guys that you have to deal with or try and have more around them to survive, kind of like what
There's some trash at the bottom. Yes.
And so anyway, I've moved Nix up from the rookie year and consistency in his second year because we've seen other guys that have taken major steps back. We just got through talking about C.J. Stroud. Is Bo Nix better than C.J. Stroud?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so C.J. took a major step back. At the very least, Nix didn't do that in his second year. Drake May elevated. Caleb Williams
Is Bo
came
Nix
up.
better than Tua?
I don't know.
I would say yes.
I bet if Tua was on Denver, they'd probably be just as good.
Well,
honestly,
they were rocking and rolling offensively.
better than Justin
Tua's
Fields?
just an average. Justin Fields is like the worst quarterback in football.
No, I'm going over the quarterbacks. That's all.
Okay.
Is he better than Jackson Dart?
We put him at the.
If I had to choose one guy to start my team with tomorrow, I'd probably take Jackson Dart.
I'm ending this conversation.
What? Really?
You clearly don't like Bo Nix, which is fine.
No,
It's your
I
opinion.
don't care. Dude, I don't care about Bo Nix. But honestly, if you were going to start your team tomorrow,
I'd take Bo Nix.
Okay.
In a heartbeat.
I bet a lot of people would say otherwise.
You want to know one main reason
People
why?
love Bo Nix or Jackson Dart.
You want to know one reason why I may not go Jackson Dart and now, which I never thought I'd say this, will go Bo Nix, is because Jackson Dart puts his head in harm's way too much.
Okay, well, Bo Nix just broke his ankle.
I know that, but Jackson Dart was in concussion protocol a ton of times this year. That's the only reason why I would say that. If Bo Nix was if Bo Nix was where Jackson Dart is right now, he wouldn't look nearly as good. If Jackson Dart was in Denver, where Nix is, he'd look a hell of a lot better. That I will 100% agree with.
Right now, I would say that Bo Nix is better than Jackson Dart, of course.
Yeah.
But just ceiling-wise, no, I don't agree with that.
Situationally, you can't have asked for a better situation to have a good defense and Sean Payton coaching.
I guess you still got to go out and make plays, though.
He does.
You still got to go out and throw accurately. You still got to go out and avoid turnovers.
He's impressive.
Yeah,
You still got to go out and
avoiding
run and get tough third
He's
downs.
like one of the best at avoiding sacks. Yeah, he doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, he's impressed me more than I would have imagined. That's
Same
for
here.
sure.
That's it exactly. He's much more than I would have imagined. He's impressed me.
Like Bo War Eagle, bad. Duck Bo, pretty good. Rookie Bo, better than I thought. And that's like some guys surprise you. I was loving on Drake May. You guys know that. First year, nothing really popped. We all know that it didn't work out. They bounced the head coach and they go out there and they spend a decent amount of money in free agency and they go and get the likes of Kayvon Chase on to come in and help them on the other side of the ball. They spent a bunch of money in free agency up in New England. And May turned the corner in a big way. He really did. And it's been fun to watch. Injury-wise, now, when he went down the other day, and this was also one that you saw and you kind of went, oh, that didn't look good. And then nothing came of it. And now, as we get close to the Super Bowl, it's come out a right shoulder injury a couple days ago for Drake May. And it was when he scrambled left and big. I'm sure you can picture this, but it wasn't a big defensive guy, but he gets him. And Drake May is turned his back as he's running and finishing the play, turns his back towards the defender, and then the defender hammers him shoulder to shoulder, which means he drives that shoulder into the turf. And he got up just kind of grabbing that right shoulder just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Yeah, but those type of injuries, with the adrenaline going, you kind of shake them off.
Yeah.
But then when the game is over and you're home with an ice pack on, it hurts like hell.
We've seen some dudes that have had either either separated or clavicle broken, collarbone injury. So we'll see. And they all seem to maintain up there in New England. It's not a big deal, but it is worth paying attention to, because when you get tackled from the shoulder to shoulder into the ground, it can cause an injury. That's for sure. All right, we'll keep it rolling. It's XL Primetime. We got to get back to some of these first cars that you guys ever owned. There's definitely some funny stories. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures on a Rebound Rehab Thursday.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios.
The votes are in for the Folio Weekly Best of Jax Awards. The award for Best Sports Radio Show goes to
Helmets and Heels.
The winner for Best Radio Sports Anchor is
Dan Hicken.
Hear them every day on 1010XL. Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick. We're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
It's the Happy Renewal Year sale at Renewal by Andersen. Buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. But this offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
It all begins with Speed Weeks, presented by Advent Health, February 11th through 15th. This week, you can win a 4-pack of tickets to the United Rentals 300 and Arca Menard Series doubleheader. Who won the first Daytona 500? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010. Who won the first Daytona 500? Text the answer to 641-1010 for a chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the United Rentals 300 and Arca Menard Series doubleheader, February 14th.
Hey, Hicken here. Leave all the 2025 dirt and celebrate the new year with our friends from Zero Res. Carpets, tile, hardwood, LVP, area rugs, upholstery. Basically every surface in your home can be Zero Resified. Time to call the cleaning pros at Zero Res, and don't forget about your air ducts. Zero Res has a 4.9 rating on Google with more than 8,000 reviews. Bring in the new year with 20% off carpet and upholstery cleaning, plus take $100 off your air duct cleaning when you mention 1010XL. 287-5727 or book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com.
Feel the power of Van Halen. Live, jump, America's Van Halen experience. Iconic riffs and David Lee Roth era energy. Sunday, February 1st at Thrasher Horn Center. Get tickets now at thcenter.org.
Hi, this is Dave Barker with IHRS. People ask, are your solutions for thinning hair permanent? Yes, our solutions have permanent natural results and are guaranteed to work. Put our 35 years of experience helping 10,000 plus men and women to work for your thinning hair. Our trademark hair transplant procedures will give you 3 times more hair in one procedure. PRP and laser treatments are fast, easy, and effective, and only take 30 minutes. Most of our staff have experienced hair loss ourselves. Our caring and confidential team can help you look better and feel better about yourself and restoring your hair again.
For your confidential consultation, call 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Or go to hairforme.com. That's hairforme.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is, listen, y'all know how much I love Coach Campo. from my days at the University of Miami, Coach Campo. But yesterday he kneecapped me on social media. Okay,
How?
It was January 28th, 1996. This was Super Bowl 30. So yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Super Bowl 30, right? So I go on Facebook. I'm not looking for anything in particular. And I come to Coach Campo's page, and he's so endearing about the fact that they raised the Lombardi 30 years ago on this day. And that affected me. It affected me to the point where I put it on my page, and then my former Steelers teammates, Greg Lloyd, LaVon Kirkland, Brinson Buckner, get on my page and say, "Sir, what the hell are you doing? Why would you bring this up?" I said, "I didn't bring it up, bro." I said, "Coach Campo reminded me that today is the 30th anniversary
Oh,
of us
that
losing."
hurts.
He did it. That I would say that was a drive-by or a kneecap or whatever it was. It just brought back bad memories.
I do kind of feel like that might have been his golden moment.
It was.
I was going to say my golden moment was did Neil O'Donnell get in touch?
No, we're not friends on Facebook.
Oh, well, listen, that hurts. I totally get it. I totally get it.
Had to get that in.
Yeah.
My golden moment is that we're going to do a quick little change of what we said yesterday. The Knowles actually have.
Yeah, we have a
player of the
fact
Senior Bowl.
update.
Yes.
So there was a guy who was good enough in the Shrine Bowl that he was invited to the Senior Bowl yesterday. So the streak
is
of
alive.
The Knowles having a player at the Senior Bowl since 1972 still lives on. Congratulations, Florida State.
Yep.
Hang the banner.
Wasn't he originally from Miami, though?
He was.
Doesn't matter.
But we'll
You're
give him
welcome.
credit for
You're
that.
welcome.
Shots at Mike Norvell.
You're
like that, right?
welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whatever you can do to help.
He's a winner.
Whatever you can do to help.
Yeah.
Unbeaten season, man.
Hang the banner.
All
How
right.
many of those do you see in college football? Unbeaten regular seasons, huh?
Oh, I was about to say, well, they didn't have one.
Yeah, not a lot of them, but they have had one. They enjoyed it in the past. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
The Jacksonville Icemen are in town for a pair of games this Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 7, it's Star Wars night. Whether you support the Rebel Alliance or the Empire, come out for a night of fun as the Icemen wear special themed Star Wars jerseys. Then Sunday at 3, it's Publix Family Fun Day. Take a shot on goal on the ice after the game. Tickets at Ticketmaster, JacksonvilleIcemen.com, or call 904-602-PUCK. Icemen hockey is #Sub-Zero.
Hi, I'm Ryan Sitnick, Volunteer Vice Chairman for the Players, representing Hearts for Minds. Thanks to support from the players, Hearts for Minds is helping break the stigma of mental illness and connecting people to life-changing resources. 40 days until the players.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. All you do is pick more or less on at least 2 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. It's just that simple. Now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. Download the Prize Picks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks, good to be right.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Dr. George Barry, your local orthopedic surgeon. In the wintertime here in Jacksonville, it does get pretty cold, and sometimes you wake up with aches and pains in your shoulders and knees. Don't forget to stretch and stay mobilized so these joints don't stiffen up. And if that doesn't work, you can see us at Barry Orthopedics, where we can give you the treatment that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Barry and the entire staff at BarryOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Thursdays on XL Primetime are restored by Rebound Rehab with 11 locations across the First Coast. Check out reboundrehab.com.
I don't know who gets the award for the coolest first ride they ever had, but we had rides that really reached far and wide in terms of make, model, year. The 78 Cadillac Coupe de Ville had a bat painted on the driver's door like it was the Batmobile.
Nice.
And one of our dudes texted in. He goes, I drove it when I was stationed at SEAL Team 1 in Coronado, California. So if you were staged there at SEAL Team 1, that means you served this
right across
this
the bay,
awesome country.
San Diego,
So we salute you, my friend. And then he did
Thank you for your service, Batman.
You better believe it. And then he did text back. He goes, it was great for weekends in Tijuana runs.
Plus, he got to live in
Can't even
Coronado
imagine what was going on in Tijuana in the 90s.
Oh, that is just
maybe the best place in America, by the way, Coronado.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were going to say
I was like,
Tijuana.
well, it's not in America. Yeah.
No, it's unbelievable.
But the list of cars is endless. That's for sure. I love it. I love it. High Tide on the South Side did want to know what John McClane's first car was. So he may have been.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Yeah,
that would
exactly.
have been a great one.
Yeah.
That would have been a great one.
He had a long toke on that one. And if I'd have seen it earlier, I would have, but I missed it. So I do apologize.
Wait,
for that.
Now, Lauren's coming in for crosstalk, so we should bet, like, what do you think she...
All right, let's do it real quick.
Yeah, what do you
I'm
think
guessing
her
Lauren's first car is like a
I'm gonna say
Datsun B210.
No. She's not that...
a 90
Datsun.
Volvo.
Volvo, I was going to say Audi.
Oh, right. You're right. Like
Wow.
a Nissan. I'm going to say like
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
Nissan
say, like,
Sentra.
a 95 Mitsubishi.
Nissan
or
Sentra. That's
something.
what I'm
All
saying.
right, hit it.
Or a Toyota Camry. How about that?
Yeah.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
I do love how you work the NASCAR Camry in there. That's good work right there, JJ. All right, Lauren, what was your first ride?
It was not an Audi, but it was a 1992 Acura Legend.
Okay, see?
It was nice, I will say.
Closer to your price point, big.
It was nice. It was, so it was 6 years old by the time I got it, but it was 4-door.
Yeah.
And it had a 6-change CD player. So it
nice.
was, that part was amazing until one time the battery died and then the whole stereo broke and I ended up driving to school with a boombox.
I have had a
every day
boombox
for a
in my
while.
car before.
Yeah, you had to.
Yeah.
Until
But
they could fix it.
there was a battery on the CD changer because
Yeah.
we had, I think it was the Toyota Symphony van, TLD, and it had the six
Symphony?
CDs.
Did you say symphony?
Symphony, that's what it's called. Sienna van, Symphony.
Okay.
And so that 6 CD, she loved the
was
heck out of that.
amazing.
Because you could just boom, 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 go wherever you want to.
Right.
6 CDs in at one time. Now we have to explain to kids
Right.
who have Spotify
It's not
and Apple
necessary.
Music, like
No,
you
yeah.
literally can play any song whenever you want and play it over and over again if you
Yeah,
want.
because it had the jacket. You just put the CDs in and
Right.
press it down.
So
I
awesome.
had a
Oh, yeah.
Suburban where you just kept feeding the CDs in it. You didn't even have to use the jacket.
Yeah. So that was the okay. I'm trying to. I do remember the jacket where you had to put them in there and then it'd rotate.
I had a truck with that where it had it behind the seat.
Yeah.
The whole system was behind the seat.
Okay.
That was high tech stuff back then.
It was.
right,
It's been fun. I'm not even going to talk about what we're going to do other than Shereen Williams will join us. She is a
Yeah.
Pro Football Hall of Fame voter. I know we've
Nice.
had several on the station this week for obvious reasons, but my favorite car story is my dad had a Renault back in college.
Wow.
And the brakes went out, and somehow, some way, they ended up on Flavitt Field where the University of Florida marching band was practicing, and they were headed straight towards, and then thankfully at like the last second the brakes died, or the car died. It had slowed enough, but literally was like heading towards the
Almost took out the Pride
Almost
of the
took out.
Sunshine.
That's right. The Pride
It's
of
like
the
the movie
Sunshine.
Speed.
But yeah, we'll talk football and talk to
Pride of
Shereen
the
at
Sunshine.
3:15
All right.
Yeah, the University of Florida Fighting Gator Marching Band. You know that, Matt.
They may not have existed.
All
That's crazy. All right. We are done. They've got it coming up.
It's almost their last song.
Yeah. 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 That would be bad. Now, you do that to FAMU, you are going to jail. You get locked up. You try and take
Right.
them out.
I mean, FAMU band is like stratospherically better than
the Pride of the Sunshine?
Yeah.
Easy on the Gator Marching Band. We're done. Rebound Rehab. We say thanks to them. Definitely check them out. ReboundRehab.com. Locations all over the First Coast. Big Surf, Matty, Josie, and JJ.